Welcome back, WNST, Towson, Baltimore, and Baltimore Positive. This is going to be one of those positive pick-me-up things. We've all been sequestered. We've all been sort of locked down. I have famously said, the Planet Fitness 2 blocks away from me, shuttered all my Planet Fitness partnerships. You've heard me talk for so many years. I have my Planet Fitness, my PF koozie out here, my water bottle, and I've taken my own studio, literally the space right on the other side of this camera, and have made yoga workout space for my wife and I in here during COVID because we getting out and about. Everybody's had to make a little bit of an adjustment, including all of our friends at Planet Fitness. I had Victor Brick on a couple weeks ago to talk about Brick Bodies and PF, and they're local, and obviously everybody knows Lynn, and I've seen Lynn doing stuff out on Facebook and whatnot. But I want to take a little time here to bring in an old friend of ours from PF. He is the fitness director at Planet Fitness. He is still fit, and you can see him out on Instagram being fit and doing all that stuff. But Planet Fitness has a United We Move movement, really, bringing the gym to you, teaching people like me and my wife how to stay a little fit, do some different things that maybe we can't do. We can do at home. And Teddy, I want to bring you in, man. First off, how you feeling? I mean, we're about 6.5 weeks into this thing. Are you United moving right now? I mean, you want to get back into the PFs and start touching people, right? I mean, we all touch people, and we can't touch people right now. It's killing us, right?
For sure. So, Nestor, I'm excited about what's going to happen once we open the doors back up. I think that this was an opportunity for us to look inward and see just how much we were being fit, just how much we were being active and taking preventative measures in case something like this did happen. So I'm kind of excited about it. I know in the face of the adversity, it's kind of hard to say that because we have been locked in for so long. But it kind of gets you to color outside the lines a little bit in terms of how you think about staying fit. So the United We Move campaign has definitely been a tremendous platform for people to not only see that fitness doesn't have to always involve weights and machines, but that you can do it in the friendly confines of your own house.
I've been doing yoga for about 21, 22 years, ever since I met Brian Baldinger. And I drink this Hydrate product that I'm literally drinking it right now. I hydrate all day long because I begin my day with coffee. I'll be 52 this year, right? So,
okay.
I have lost weight during the lockdown. And I eat an ice cream cone. I'm an ice cream connoisseur, Teddy. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm 2 scoops every night, different flavors. I love them all.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm not really into the key lime, but anything else I'm down with. So, but I begin every day with a very complex bowl of oats. I've picked out these cereals I like. I literally today's the day I'm going to put the mask on, put the gloves on. I'm out of blueberries. I'm out of strawberries. I'm out of raspberries, bananas. Yeah. I keep fresh pineapple here. My wife has fresh apples and oranges. So we do a lot of fruits. We do a lot of vegetables. My dear friend Court from Sporticulture didn't just send these beautiful Ravens flowers and the Magma Sporticulture lamp. He sent over a bunch of spices, and we planted tomatoes this weekend, my son. So, like, fitness and diet and nutrition and movement have been a part of my life for a long time. My wife's diabetic and has had 2 battles for her life. But in this era where immune systems, we talk about sickness and illness and surviving this part of the world's trauma. Being healthy, man, you know this. I mean, it's the most important thing in your immune system and what you're doing, how you're breathing, how you're sleeping, how you're living, how you're moving. And I'm with you. I mean, I love a gym. I love weights. I worked out that way a long time. But I have been a freestanding guy literally ever since my knee surgery in 06. I had chondromalacia in 06. Doctor, I woke up in stirrups, and he said, "You're never going to run again." Now, I have run, but I don't love running anymore. I don't love the pounding. And, I've had the same waistline for 20 years. I fit into my suits. I've bought some nice clothes because they fit now. And movement for me and yoga and using the floor and using just things that don't involve weight, things that don't involve joints. For me, it's really been supportive for me. It's really been helpful to move. United We Move, right?
Oh, for sure. And I'm so glad, Nestor, that you brought up all of the different categories to what fitness is really all about. It's not just about strength training. It's not just about cardio. It's not just about nutrition and sleeping and what you drink in terms of your water intake and things of that nature, is not just any one of those things. It's a combination of all of them. And the body is really made up of parts that work together in kind of a symbiotic relationship. So it's not like you can spot train. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, man, I just want to lose the fat in the back of my arms, or if I could really just lose these love handles, I'll be okay. And they ask me, hey, Teddy, how can I lose the weight in these particular areas?
Well, you got to do all of this stuff. You got to do all of these things.
You have to do it all. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, that's what the United We Move campaign is all about. It's all about showing individuals not just how to move, but understanding the connection between exercise and functional movement. And that's really important, is that understanding.
I had my my chiropractor, Dr. Steve, on this week talking about balance and spine. And I really learned with my knee surgery back in 2006 that, I was out of line for 2 years. I was left, right, the atrophy, all of that stuff.
Right.
I rehab didn't go well for me. It was really tough and painful, and it kept coming back, and it kept, ice wasn't helping. So I had all that going on. And after that, man, I lost weight. I changed my diet. I changed because it just hurt. And I thought, I'm 35 years old. I ain't going to feel this way when I'm 50. I feel great. You know what I mean? And part of this has been a lot of life lessons, but let me talk to a real trainer here. Teddy Savage joining us here for Planet Fitness, our incredible partners with the big thumbs up, the purple thumbs up. Mm-hmm. United We Move, 7 o'clock every night. They're work-ins, so you don't have to go, wow, it's work in, not work out. But for me, a couple of things that I would say if I were given a TED Talk about health in any way. About 15 years ago when I lost weight, I started reading more. I read a book called Fit for Life. Martina Navratilova had a diet at the time that I sort of adopted that was no white, getting rid of the white pastas, the white breads, and going to whole wheat, getting rid of the butter and the salt at least. Now, I've brought some of that stuff back. Obviously, I eat ice cream, I eat pizza, I eat as much pizza, John. I have pizza in my fridge right now, But really, it's, and Dennis Kolatzos and I had a great chat about this last week. It's about portion control, right? Mm-hmm. And I told Dennis this. I watched Celebrity Fit Club like 15 years ago. Good-looking guys like you. My wife's watching. Who was the Planet Fitness sponsored it? It was the not Fit Club, but Biggest Loser. My wife loved The Biggest Loser. She would get on the treadmill and watch it every day for sure. And they did Celebrity Biggest Loser that my man Scott Mitchell was on from the Ravens at one point. I knew a couple of competitors on that, but all of the Celebrity Fit Club stuff, and it might have been like MTV even before, like 15 years ago. Every morning, all the trainers said, oatmeal, fresh fruit, oatmeal, banana, nuts, oats, nuts, fruit, oats, and hydrate. And Baldinger's been beating me up. Nasty, you're not hydrated enough. None of us are high. He goes all Tony Robbins with me. We're not hydrated enough, Nasty. You gotta have more hydration, man. You'll see it in your face, man. You're gonna pee a lot, bro. You're gonna pee a lot. And I pee a lot. I mean, reason I was late calling you is because I pee between every segment because I drink like 16 ounces out of this Strategic Factory cup of I have a hydrate product, and Liberty Pure Water is my sponsor, and they've given me some water. So I just hydrate the hell out of myself, and I try to begin my day, and I begin my day late. Full disclosure, about 10 in the morning right now, we're talking. I won't eat breakfast till later. I don't start my engine at 3:30 in the morning when, I wake up at 3:30 or 4 every morning, and I rarely eat until 9, 10, 11. And during this COVID thing, I've been eating maybe 2 meals instead of like 5. I don't. Right. I'm not a picker. I'm not a nut grazer. I sit and I eat because I use my mouth to talk. I can't do it at the same time. But I've really changed my diet, and hydration and the way you begin your day, and not putting greasy stuff. Weekend I'll have an egg and an omelet, and I'm all about that, and French toast, whatever. But I really do try to begin my day 5-6 days a week. Fresh fruits, organic fruits, complex nuts, chia seed. I love that stuff, and I love coconut, and the coconut turns to milk in the coconut milk. Like, I love what I eat, and I eat awesome stuff. But man, I had to move off of Frosted Flakes, bro. You know what I mean? I just did.
They get too soggy too quickly anyway.
What do you eat?
Classic, but they get too soggy too quickly.
What do you eat?
I was a Captain Crunch guy when I was growing up myself.
What do you eat every day, man? What are your tips? If I say 3 things that are universal for everybody, I just gave you oatmeal and fruit in the morning, and really having complex hydration. Being hydrated makes a huge, and sleeping well, but I sleep 4 hours a night. I'm weird,
Yeah, for sure. I think that in addition to what you said, because I do those things as well, definitely doing the oatmeal, the steel cut oats, and the fresh vegetables and fruits. But you also want to get your protein intake as well, and understand that you don't necessarily have to get it through meats. There's a lot of vegetables that provide good sources of protein as well. Of course, nuts and things of that nature. And you also want to get an omega-3 in there as well. So fish and things of that nature, because it lubricates the joints and kind of offsets some of that skeletal stuff that starts to happen as you get older and things of that nature. So it's a good balance, and I'm glad that you said you took the time to figure out what works for you, because everybody's different. Everybody's body will respond differently, but definitely get some protein in you. Have an omega-3 as part of your dietary plan, fresh fruits and vegetables, plenty of water, at least 64 fluid ounces of water a day. And the difference in stretching, this is important. A lot of people just think stretching is stretching is stretching, but it's not. So when you wake up and you're getting your body prepared for the day, you want to do a dynamic stretch, which is moving the body. And then when you go to sleep, or before you go to sleep, you want to do a static stretch, which is more stationary. If you don't do it like that, you can also hurt yourself in that way. So that's what I would say.
You know what? We have a beautiful cat, and anybody who follows us online, I share my cat on LinkedIn with you, Teddy, sometimes, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, my cat, she's amazing, and this is sort of a yogic spirit about things, and even the Tony Robbins and me, and Victor Brick gave me a great motivational speech a couple weeks ago. He came as an unbelievable guest. Anybody can go find that out in the buyatoyota.com audio vault as well. But my cat, she sleeps during the day, and any time I go to love her up and get near her, the first thing she does, she will not love me up. She won't eat. She won't go to bed. She stretches, right? I mean, the first thing an animal does when they wake up, she gets the big stretch in. And we don't stretch enough, do we? I mean, whether it's just at the desk or whatever. And I always say to my wife, I'm like, man, you look flustered, because my wife works from home. She's been working from home long before COVID, right? I would say, you look a little frustrated. Just stretch. Just get up and breathe. Take 5, 10 deep breaths. Stretch. Feel your toes. And people with yoga and stuff like that say, well, I can't touch my toes. I'm not flexible. Well, how often do you stretch? Well, I don't stretch much because I'm not flexible. And I'm like, well, what the hell's that mean? You know what I mean? How are you going to get flexible if you don't start stretching, right?
True indeed. And the thing about stretching is it's not just the act of increasing your flexibility. I mean, that's one of the benefits to it, but it also increases your range of motion and your mobility. And what it does to prevent certain things, like a lot of people, as you stated, that work from home or a sedentary position at the desk, if you have low back pain, it's usually because you're tight in the back of your legs, your hamstrings, your calves, and things of that nature. If you're having issues with your range of motion in your shoulders, you can't reach above your head as much, it's usually because we're not stretching our upper body.
I don't have to make the touchdown sign right now because we don't have the football, but I'm making it.
It's only right. I can't wait for football to come back. I mean, that's a side note, but I can't wait for that.
You a Raven guy?
Yeah, I mean, hometown guy. I remember back when the Baltimore team was a CFL team. We had the Stallions, I believe.
Well, absolutely. My man just wrote a book on that. My man Ron. You definitely want to. We did a big segment on Baltimore Positive with Ron Snyder about 2 weeks ago. He's just written a big book on the history, and that history wasn't long. I mean, 18 months. I was on the radio during that era, so that speaks to me. And the Ravens coming to town and the draft. It felt good to do the draft this weekend. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have a season, but at least for a couple of days, it has allowed me to talk about football. So I mean, we're all trying to do something that feels normal. And, for you being at Planet Fitness, I mean, you've been there a decade. You're one of the guys that came in. You've been on the show with me before. Man, you miss the people, right?
For sure.
We're all people. You know, and I think being locked up like this, first off, it's not normal, right? I mean, psychologically, it's not normal, and we're all trying to take care of ourselves. But moving your body will make your mind. I mean, my wife's doing a really good job. My wife looks beautiful. My wife has been every single day on it, in here, on the mat, working out. She is United We Move. You can be a part of it, too. The free daily live streams are at 7 p.m. every night, but you have access to this stuff 24 hours a day at PF, right?
For sure. So if you can't make the 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, they are sharing it on all their social media platforms, so the YouTube channel, Instagram. You can also scroll up and down their Facebook wall and find these different working segments. And I don't want you guys to stop there, because Planet Fitness has a wonderful app that they just updated. The content is robust. There's different workouts. There's an exercise library. You can actually track your United We Move work-ins on there as well. So definitely download that. And again, this is one of the most important things too, Nestor. It's not just for Planet Fitness members. It's for everybody, because Planet Fitness understands that this pandemic has affected everybody, not just Planet Fitness members, and we really want to help everyone.
Reduce stress, stay active, feel energized, feel great. I like the little yogic feel energized. Keep your body and your mind sharp. Teddy Savage is our guest. He's out, me and my friend on LinkedIn. He's out on Instagram. He's motivating people and trying to get people moving here, along with our partners at Planet Fitness who've been with us from the beginning. We can't wait to get you guys back. So, look, let's play a little Guy Fieri game here, and let's play healthy, all right? So, we just talked about oatmeal and steel. My wife's a steel-cut oats person. I do this really organic cereal that comes from Oregon that I love, that comes in 10 flavors, and I sort of mix and match acai and coconut and chia and granola and all this puffy cornflakey stuff and honey stuff. I do it all. I do red berries, maple berries, nuts, legumes. But for you, give me one thing that you love to eat that's good for you.
One thing that I love to eat that's good for me is broccoli. I love broccoli.
Okay.
Blueberries for antioxidants.
I'm a blueberry every day of my life.
Absolutely, right? So strawberries, and again, very lean chicken breast.
Okay.
Lean chicken breast. That's my
You're too healthy, man. I want fried chicken from Rofo. I want to eat the skin, and I want to have a third piece. And you know what? I don't know what at 52 about my metabolism, because, I'm going to be honest with you, Ted. Google me. Go back and see pictures of me. I was chunky, you know what I mean? I had too much weight on me from my knees, from my body. I ran a lot. My problem was 1,000,000%. I know it was portion control. 1,000,000% that I would go out to, chain restaurants, order a platter, order an appetizer, have a drink, have a dessert, split it with my date. Back when I was single, I weighed 182 pounds in 2006. I went to Rio de Janeiro to see the Stones with my wife, and in our pictures, I look like I look a little chipmunky. I look like I got walnuts in my cheeks. And when I came back, I had my knee surgery, and 14 and a half years ago now, I lost the weight. I weigh 100 right now. I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm 147, 148 right now. I consider 148 my playing weight. By the way, I got a funny story for you. In 2006, my main man, Agent Orange, Kenny Ballgame, one of my chemosabis, was in my kitchen, and we came back from Brazil, and I saw the pictures, and my wife and I were like, we don't really like what we look like. We like Christ the Redeemer. We don't like what we look like,
Right.
Mick looks good. Keith looks okay. What did we do? What were we eating down there? Too much red meat. Too much salt in the diet down there.
Right.
So we came back, and my buddy, we were in the living room. I'll never forget this. I pulled out my driver's license, 2006, and it said on there 148 pounds. And he threw it at me. He's like, you'll never weigh 148 pounds again. And that's when the gauntlet got thrown down on me.
Right. Challenge accepted.
And I got on a scale, and I probably weighed like 178 or something, because I always sort of meandered between 165, 175 and didn't feel bad about it, I took the weight off, and I had to throw every piece of clothing I had away, right? Underwear, nothing fit me. But I refit, resized, and I've kept the weight off. And part of that really has been portion control, right? Like just eating too much food. Getting Chinese food and eating it all. Because I love everything. I mean, I love everything I talk about eating, everything I show. I promise I'm not bulimic or anything like that. I eat every piece of pizza that I show from Pizza John's. I eat fried. But it really is about not eating the whole box, not getting 5 pieces, right? I mean, for me, because I love food. What's your cheat food? What's the worst thing you eat that you love? French fries? What do you love?
That's a great question. I think that I would have to say a nice chicken cheesesteak, probably extra hot on that bad boy.
Fried onions?
Pepper jack cheese. I like caramelized onions, grilled onions on there.
That means butter. I love it.
Hey, now you got my stomach growling right now.
Well,
That's my cheat right
they
there.
make a great cheesesteak over at Pizza John. Well, I mean, but we all have a cheat, right? And then it's about, like, you don't eat the 12-inch, you know? You get the
Right.
6-inch, eat some of it. Maybe I decompose my subs and I heat them up later. I do that all the time. So, yeah. Well, look, man. I know one thing. I'm hungry, and now I want to go work out.
Yes.
Teddy, tell everybody how to find you, and obviously for everybody at PF, we want you open. We need you open. We want it when it's safe for everybody. So, I'm on the political bent that we need to really bend this curve, make sure that when we go out, we have football season, that we have our whole life back. So I'm all for that, but I know you guys are all for us coming back stronger, healthier, and maybe like me, maybe a couple pounds. I was probably 152 when this thing started. I'm 147, 148 right now, so I'm trying to keep it down. But Costa sent me over cream of crab soup. So I did that at 9 o'clock last night.
The struggle is real, right?
I didn't have an ice cream cone, though. I did the cream of crab soup, but I did not have ice cream. So there.
Okay. So it's balance. It's all about balance, Nestor. But like you said, you guys can find me personally on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook, Teddy Savage, Instagram at T_._Savage as well. But again, the United We Move campaign is really what I'm excited about right now. They actually gave me an opportunity to have my own day, which was awesome when they came to me with it. It's called Teddy Tuesdays. And I'm excited because I get to kind of have fun with everybody on that day of the week, every week. So you guys can go there. And like Nestor said, if you guys miss it, you can go to any one of the Planet Fitness social media platforms, and they have it there as well. We're working diligently to make sure that when we get the green light to open the doors, it's going to be 1,000% sanitary for everyone. The staff is going to be extremely friendly and welcoming. Equipment will be clean, and we're just looking forward to that day. So I'm excited.
All right, man. Well, we'll get that purple open. We'll get the purple from the Ravens open. Give my best to everybody in the Brick family. Thank them. And Josh, everybody at PF for partnering up with us all these years. You've been there almost a decade. We're going to get you back into the gyms doing what you're doing. Meantime, stop by. Don't be a stranger around here, man. You make me want to eat better blueberries, Teddy Savage.
I won't, Nestor, man. I appreciate the time today.
I've been nuts on macadamia nuts and pineapple lately. So, that's my jam lately. So, nuts and legumes, fresh fruits and vegetables, starting the day off, and hydration, including our friends at Liberty Pure. I want to give a shout out to them, Liberty Pure A Clean Water. You can find them at 1-800-253-2692. Just find them. Find me. Find Doug Workman, my pal, and if you need any plumbing services, they do all things water, wells, all that good stuff. I'm on my water bent all summer long. I think it's one of the most important things we got going on is having fresh, clean water, certainly for our children as well. So have at it. That's the Baltimore Positive coming out because we don't have any sports. I am Nestor. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore, sports, calm, local. Appreciate our partners at Planet Fitness. And we never stop talking. Baltimore Positive.